Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Just make sure I'm mic up here. All right, so we got Facebook, we got Instagram. Perfect. Okay, so guys, today I'm going to be talking about monetizing your magic as a coach or consultant and how to attract your ideal clients on repeat. So feel free to drop your questions or your comments into the chat and we can discuss them here live. Or if you're watching the replay, I'll definitely respond to your comments. So I want to start out by saying, as a coach or a consultant, you know that you have a talent, a skill, a message to share with the world, but maybe you're just having trouble actually getting sales. You can't seem to get clients to save your life, and it feels like you've invested in courses and programs, but it's not coming together for you. You've created so many different things, probably it's making your head spin, and none of them seem to be gaining traction. So I know that you've probably been told or you've heard to niche down, right? But you don't really know what that means. It doesn't make sense to you. And you just want to help any and everybody that comes along. Trust me, I know. I get it. But honestly, in order to attract your ideal client, you have to stand out. If you try to serve everyone, you become just like everybody else, and no one will know you for one thing. So, one of the most difficult processes I think coaches go through is niching down. The decision to become a coach isn't so hard, right? But trying to determine what problem you're solving and for whom is difficult. And I know people may make it seem like, oh, just find your target market, just create something. It's not as intuitive as it might seem. So, if you think about someone who might be multi passionate, multi talented, you're probably going to have a difficult time trying to figure out where to start and what areas you really want to help people in. So when I work with clients, we start out by mapping their zone of genius. And it may seem cliche, but it actually does work because it allows me to be able to guide them so that they can create a coaching program or a consulting program that is actually going to provide transformation to their clients and not just have a bunch of useless exercises to make their program look more robust, or you don't even really know what should be in your program, so you just add a whole bunch of stuff, right? That's not really making a true coaching program that's going to provide transformation. That's just kind of putting everything that you think you know into one location and hoping that it does something for someone, right? So, which is not the same thing. So there are 4 questions that we need to answer in order to be able to monetize our magic as a coach or consultant. And this is a real exercise. So the questions are: what are you passionate about? What are you good at? What does the world need? And what can you be paid for? Right. So let's break each one of those down. And again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop those into the chat, and I'll go back and look at comments at the end or towards the end. So let's talk about, what are you passionate about? What do you actually love doing? So I typically have my clients make a list of these things, the things that they're passionate about, so we can take a look and see how this actually is going to relate to their offer. A lot of times we're creating things and stuff around what we think we're passionate about, when really it's something else. Really, like when we get down to the root of it, it really is something else that they're passionate about, and what they're offering doesn't coincide with that, or vice versa. Maybe what they are most passionate about, they actually are offering, but then when we like dig down to see, like, what they really know how to do, it's mismatched. So we have to really think about that. Like, where do you actually want to see change? Something else that you could be passionate about. Like, so this is really what helped me to be able to niche down and hone into my target market. I really couldn't ask myself what I love to do, or what I was really good at doing, or what I love to do, because I like to do a lot of different things. So when it came to trying to pick what I was going to coach on, that made it difficult. But when I asked myself the question, where do I want to see change? This is really what helped me kind of put things into perspective. So I wanted to see change in coaches and consultants that really didn't know how to put together quality programs for their clients. Not to say that people were doing it intentionally, But for those who really wanted to have a brand and be known for getting their clients results, this is something that I knew that I could help change. People just didn't know how to make a coaching program or a coaching offer that actually did help their clients get from point A to point B. So asking yourself, what do you love doing and where do you want to see change, could help you in that's like a quarter of helping yourself to monetize your own magic. The second thing is thinking about what are you actually good at. So this can also be a long list of things. Where's your knowledge, your skills, your training? Um, you don't want it to be like this one thing you did this one time and now you're going to be an expert in it, which is actually how a lot of people start coaching, believe it or not. You're going to find it difficult to coach someone through something that you just came through. And I mean, like, just like yesterday. Like, some people do actually do that. But pick the thing that you really know how to do backwards and forwards. Now, if there's something that you're interested in and you don't have experience or training, you need to go out and get it, right? I mean, hopefully that goes without saying, but you need to go out and get it. How are you going to know what to include in your program if you don't know how to do the thing that you're going to be coaching on or teaching? So it's really important that you do take the time to be able to do that. The third thing, what does the world need? So here's where we identify the problem that we solve and for whom. Who is your target market and what problem can you solve using your zone of genius? Just remember your target market will have a lot of problems, but specifically you're looking for the ones you can solve with your offer. People are going through a lot of things, they need help in a lot of different areas in their lives, right? But you want to pinpoint the ones that are going to be best you can best help with your zone of genius. And the fourth thing is what can you be paid for, right? So you have to think or realize or validate rather, does your target market care about it? Like, do they care about this problem that you're trying to solve? Coaches and consultants don't understand sometimes that your target market could have a particular problem, but it's just not at the top of their priority list to get solved right now. So you have to pick a problem that you can solve that's urgent. And it might just be where that person is in their journey towards solving this problem, that what you deem is important is not as important to them. And so remembering, like, if that person's at a different stage than you are, then that's something that's not going to be as important to them. And an example of this is going to be like, I'll just take what I do, for example. If someone's not getting consistent sales, scaling should not, well, wouldn't be at the top of their list. They're just focused on trying to get consistent sales, right? So, like, it doesn't make sense for them to scale something that's broken. So that's a problem that they, potentially could have, or they do have, arguably, but like, they have to learn how to get consistent sales first to grow their business before they can scale it. So, hopefully that makes sense. But just don't get offended if your target market doesn't care about that particular problem that you thought that they need to solve. Or maybe it's just the way that you're messaging the solution. It could be exactly what they need and what they want, but because you use language they didn't understand, it seems like something that they don't want. So things to consider, but just make sure that you actually validate that whatever problem you're trying to solve with your zone of genius is a problem that your target market actually cares about solving right now. So, monetizing your magic as a coach really is all about finding your niche, your target market, and creating an offer that's going to sell. Once you answer the 4 questions that we just went over, you have to put your offerings in front of your ideal client on a regular basis. So, that being said, here are some common mistakes that I do see, not only with new coaches, but also with coaches who've been in the industry for a while, right? So, copying someone else's offer. I talk about this a lot because I see it a lot. So I find that a lot of coaches make the mistake of just copying someone else's offer in someone else's language. You don't even know if it's working for them. Now, like, I don't know, like, maybe someone told you just to do that, right? Or maybe it was instinct. I don't know. But you're in your head, you're like, well, they put it out there, so it must be working. False. You have no idea. You don't know. So don't copy someone else's offer, someone else's language. You want to sound like yourself, okay? The second thing is you keep changing your offerings. to see what sells. So you have no consistency. So today you're marketing a course, tomorrow's your coaching offer, the next day it's a discovery call, then maybe the next day it's an ebook. There's no consistency in things. I'm not saying don't have different products, but what I am saying is that you need to have a consistent message that makes sense and drives people toward your main offering. The third thing is that your product suite is all over the place. The offers don't make sense. It's a junk store. So like I'll give you an example. If you're a financial coach, let's say, and of course, financial coaches can operate in different niches within that um, finance niche, right? So maybe let's say your specialty is investments of all kinds. So you're going to teach your clients how to invest. We can say stock market, we can say crypto, whatever we want to say, right? But then you have like a self care course. Why? Like, it just, I mean, I don't think that it's not important. It definitely is important. But when it comes to your offer, excuse me, it's not relevant. So it's like, how did you, I mean, unless you're going to infuse self care with like money mindset, maybe we can like bridge that gap. But like, you have to relate it back to your main offering. So don't just have different offers because you think that, oh, this people are just going to buy this. Like, it doesn't actually drive them toward the ultimate action that you want them to take. The fourth thing is failure to invest in a comprehensive solution. So I really think that a lot of coaches and consultants just aren't honest with themselves and where they are in their business, right? I really just think um, you have to be honest with yourself in like where you are. So you've been at this thing, like been trying to get clients for like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, maybe even longer than that. And you're not seeing the traction that you want to see. You just keep changing things up and nothing's working. You're trying to consume all the free and low cost information possible. So if you're lacking clarity in your messaging, if your offers isn't something that your target market actually wants, you will continue to spin your wheels. Okay. Hi, hey Ashley, how are you? Um, so just remember that like failure to invest in a comprehensive solution, you're just like doing a whole bunch of like low cost and free things, trying to piece together your business. Your business will look and feel pieced together, and it won't be comprehensive. The fourth thing is you compromise your offering. So you work really hard to put together something of quality or put together an offer. Then you start negotiating with your clients on a time container on your sales calls. What's in your offer just to make a sale? Your offer is your offer. Okay. I said this all the time. Like, you don't see like brands like Nike and Reebok and Louis Vuitton and them negotiating. I mean, even heck, even at the grocery store, they're not negotiating the price of what the groceries are. The price is the price. You purchase it or you don't. So when someone comes to you and they're trying to negotiate what's in the offer to get a lower price or ask you to add something, the answer is no. This is what it is, right? So if that person's like trying to negotiate with you, they just really aren't your ideal client. Your ideal client will see the value in what you offer, and that'll be that, right? You're not trying to be the dollar store here and have everything in it, right? There's a specific transformation that you are providing. This is what the offer is. That's it. And then the last thing is just not changing your personal behavior and your perspective when it comes to building a business and also being able to accept interactions with clients. I think people get so frustrated with potential clients, right? They're potential clients that they get on sales calls that they don't take the time to look at their own behavior because you absolutely do attract the vibe that you give off. So, if you're a person that ghosts people, if you're a person that haggles prices, if you're a person that looks for the cheapest solution versus the best solution, you will attract that. I'm not going to say, don't get your value for your money for what you spend, but what I am saying is that you should strive to be the type of client that you want, right? For example, if I know I'm in the market for a service, It could be coaching. It could be something else. Doesn't matter. I'm not wasting people's time. If I'm not ready to buy, I'm not looking at a particular service. Like if I'm looking for a particular service, I'm not gonna be like, trying to haggle people's prices. I'm looking for the person who will do the best job, right? The best job, because I realize that time is money. So I'm looking for a solution. And if I feel this person's the best person to work with, that's who I'm gonna hire. If I know I need help, I'm not waiting around trying to see if I can find it cheaper. I'm looking for the best solution, right? Not the cheapest solution or even the most expensive solution, just the best solution. So I do believe if you have a dollar store mindset, you will definitely attract dollar store clients. Like that, I mean, it just kind of goes without saying. Like, have you guys ever seen the meme that's like, oh, $500 client, right? And then that person, the $500 client, is like, I just want to be clear on how our lives are going to change by us entering into this agreement with one another, versus the $5,000 client that's like, hey, money sent, thanks. Like, what's next? Right? That's the type of client that I am. I'm like, okay, I got you. What's next? Like, I'm not going to be sitting here talking about something. I just want to, like, we need to hold hands and I'm going to be hitting you up every 2 seconds. Like, I paid for the solution. I'm ready to rock. Let's go. So, I realized that the value of having a comprehensive solution a long time ago. So I just don't play games because I can never get my time back. And so if you like look at your program and your business in that way and how that you choose to interact and deal with not only your clients but just also other interactions with their colleagues, like being respectful of people's time and just really putting the like your true 100% heart and soul in things so that you can attract who you're really meant to attract, right? And not just anything and anybody. So I teach coaches and consultants how to earn income and build their brand authority at the same time, right? You don't have to sacrifice either, even if you're a new coach. I know there's a lot of schools of thought around this, but I'm telling you that you don't have to, okay? You can have both. You can have your brand, you can stand out in your niche, and you can also earn consistent income. So if you're interested in learning more about how to monetize your magic as a coach or consultant, stand out in your niche, nail down your target market, get clarity in your signature program, build out your sales funnels for your offerings at all levels that attract your ideal client, then you'll want to attend my live private training that I'm hosting on Monday, June the 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern. So in my training, I'm going to go through my framework for how to create your signature program with using your zone of genius, building out all your sales funnels for your product suite, and some of my ideal client attraction strategies. So this event does have limited space. So, we're only taking serious applicants who are ready to actually make a change in their coaching business or consulting business, and they're ready to really build something that's profitable and sustainable. So if you're interested in attending, go ahead and if you're watching me on Facebook, click the link in the description of this live and click on the Brand Builder Blueprint application. If you're watching me on Instagram, click the link for the Brand Builder Blueprint application, complete the application. It's like 2 questions or so. And then we'll take a look at your application, see if it's a good fit, send your invitation. But this is invite only. So make sure you fill out that application if you want to attend the live private training on Monday, June the 13th. All right, guys, I'm going to check in for questions now. Checking for questions. All right, I'm not seeing any, guys. So with that being said, feel free, if you do think of questions after this, you can reach out to me on Facebook at I_Simply_She, or you can reach out to me on Instagram at I_Simply_She. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.